is to live it in balance. You have your head, your heart, and your hands. And I try to bear that in mind, that I have my thoughts and I have my heart, which is my feelings and my emotions, and my hands. And in our society, we focus too much, I think, on our head. You gotta use your head, obviously, you can't do without it. But I think we need to pay more attention to our heart. And I think we pay more attention to our heart is through our hands, our actions, our words, our thoughts. And so by being here, you've got your hands out and you're touching other people. Maybe not literally physically, but you're touching other people. Hopefully not a whole lot with other people. Although it's my hope that I can say hi to each of you and shake your hand and thank you. And I think that's just so very, very important. So I'm glad you're here, really honored that you're here. We're going to do everything we can to make your time here as good as possible. It isn't always going to be pleasant, as you know, you're standing out in the parking lot all day, or the weather turns bad, or you run into the very, very, very few people that are going to be unhappy. But all in all, I think you're in for a really outstanding experience. And just the act of opening up your heart and reaching out and touching someone else will make your life better. So we're very grateful you're here. Thank you so much. And I'll turn it over to Sue Ann.
Without you, excuse me, that's a terrible thing to say. I've said from the very beginning, with the RTRs, the volunteers are the heart of HOWA. It's like you've opened up that kindness and compassion, and you show it to everybody else who's come here, to each other, to the participants, and to the very hardworking leads and chairs that put this on. You are the best of HOWA. I really want to say a special thank you to the folks that have us on this stage for the very first time. We had this stage at the 2019 RTR, and it's been in storage, and we have the opportunity to show that kindness and compassion to people who could not navigate the stairs to the stage. So we have some very, very special volunteers that have worked very hard to make this wheelchair accessible. So,
volunteer orientation, this sets us up on a good footing for the rest of the week. And again, it's you guys and girls that make it possible. So the plan is we're going to have pizza, because I know that's the only reason anybody volunteered was for some Little Caesars pizza. We've got that over here, and we'll be there in just a few minutes. And should be plenty of pizza, but please limit to 2 slices your first time through. After pizza, I'll give you a time, or we'll make an announcement, and that's when you go to your assigned stations. And this year, there's lots of things that we change every year. One thing that's new this year is that all the volunteers will have a button that has volunteer on it. Nice little memento for you, but also because we want you to be helpful to everybody who comes out here. So if anybody has a volunteer button on you, we want you to be able to answer some of the basic questions and be the first point of welcome for a lot of people. So having said that, a little bit of orientation before you break into your groups. In the mornings when you get here, first thing, we call it the snack shack, the concession stand over here. On the back side from where we are, there's a window, and that's where you're going to go and check in. And that's where you'll sign in. You'll get your vest if you have a position that requires a vest. If you're parking lot, you'll get a walkie-talkie, and you'll sign in and sign out there at the beginning and end of each shift, all right? There is restrooms at the snack shack. Those are wheelchair accessible restrooms. Everybody else, please use the porta potties out here in right field. And please direct everybody to use those porta potties. The ones here are on a small septic system and can't handle the 1,000 people that'll be out here hopefully on Monday or Tuesday. So we'll use the porta potties, and the ones over there, the free pile out in the distance over there, that's now in here. So everything should take place in here. And just to give you a little orientation, we've got the the games booth is at the far right with the shade up over there. Next to it is our arts and crafts booth. If you're not doing anything, if there's a presentation that you're not interested in, go over here, meet some people and make some arts, play some games. It'll be a lot of fun, and we've got a couple of great leads working on that. We've got Sarah Meg is in charge of the games. Where's Sarah Meg? Thank you, Sarah Meg. And then we've got Tracy is doing the arts and crafts over here. So thank you to Tracy, she's down here. And it's over here, and Rosie is standing by. Rosie's in charge of the free pile and the pizza delivery today. So items for the free table. People will ask you, that's gonna be one of the most common questions. What do I do with my free pile stuff? If they can, please carry it into the field and deliver it to the 2 tents back here. And that's where the attendees will come and make their own name tag or their own name buttons. They won't have the volunteer on it, obviously, but it's always good to have name tags, and it makes it feel like a little more welcoming space. And booth right in the center, that will always be personed with very knowledgeable people who know where everything is. So we encourage, when somebody shows up, that to be their first stop. And they'll be available for pictures several times over the next few days, and that'll all take place at our photo booth right next to the HOWA booth. And HOWA is a name that you'll hear several times if you haven't already. The Homes on Wheels Alliance is the organization behind that. I'm happy to be on the board of trustees for that, along with about half a dozen of us out here that have been working years ago. It grew to be so large that it needed management on its own, and that's where the Homes on Wheels Alliance comes in. But it's not just the RTR that the Homes on Wheels Alliance puts together. We've got a lot of good programs that take place throughout the whole year. We've got BYOVs, bring your own van, and we can help, or in some circumstances we can help, or we can put you with people to help finish out your van for living. We donate money to people who are in a tight spot on the road, who just need a little money through our emergency fund to get to the next place and get settled in. We've given away several entire vehicles over the years. So HOWA has a lot of programs, and you'll hear a lot about that, and we encourage everybody to come over here to the HOWA booth at some point and talk to the volunteers who are staffing that booth. Next to that, we've got the sweepstakes. Sweepstakes, we're going to be sweeps giving away, raffling. We're going to be sweepstakesing some great items, and that's one of the things that goes to fund the RTR and the Homes on Wheels Alliance throughout the rest of the year. So it's a good way to buy a ticket to maybe win a wonderful quilt. We've got a wonderful gift basket, and we also have, how many? Nine $550 cash prizes. So and an e-bike, that's right. So we'll be giving away an e-bike, $550 cash 9 times. And how much are tickets for that? Oh, by donation, yeah. So anyway, a donation or we'll get you into the sweepstakes for cash or prize. And this is something that Bob is very passionate about, and so passionate, in fact, I think it's on Monday, he's doing a presentation just on cold weather camping and how to survive and his tips and tricks. But HOWA, as well as some great anonymous donations, as well as Columbia Sports Gear, who gave us, can I say how much? $8,000 worth of cold weather gear. Living mobile, more comfortable for all of us, for people in need. So if you have a need, if you know somebody who's in need, we've got the cold weather gear to get you through the rest of the year. Is another great addition that came about last year. Where's Marika? People have a need to get shades repaired, clothes repaired. Her and her team of seams people, and they will take it in on one day, and you come pick it up a few days later. It's a really a great program. The brains behind the operation. She has done so much. All the emails, all the website stuff that you've seen, that has been Marika behind it. So give a round of applause. Aid expertise back here. We do have a first aid tent that is just outside. And if you have any boo-boos or cuts or scrapes, that's where you need to go to. Send them out here. On the back of the snack shack is where people will sign up to volunteer. If you have a need or a want or something to donate that doesn't fit on the free pile, put it up there. If you know how to change somebody's oil and somebody out here needs oil, you know, you could put up there, hey, willing to change somebody who needs oil, stick it up there on the sign. If you've got an old generator you haven't used in 6 months and you don't think you'll need it, make a little bulletin card and stick it on the bulletin board for people to see. Have been working on an online bulletin board. So after the RTR ends, if you still want to help somebody change their oil in quartzite, or if you've been on the road for 10 years and you want to donate your time for just a Zoom call to help somebody who's new into this living situation, that's what the bulletin board is for. It's free. Go to HOWA.org and you will see in the links there the new bulletin board. You create an account and you can ask for something or you can donate something, and it's really a great way to. Or that needs to be handled, talk to our security team. KC over here with a cowgirl hat on is our lead security person. She is easily identifiable because she's the only one not wearing a green vest.
Cow person.
Cow person, okay.
How old is she? But you know, they can look at me. How are you? Thank you all for your help.
Second day now of the WRTR. This is where we check in, and there's free coffee and snacks for the volunteers. And then I'm gonna just give you a little lay of the land. They have moved me now from the free pal to the information booth. I think I'll be handing out t-shirts. So look for me and come by and say hi. Stayed. Everything they talked about yesterday, the bulletin board with needs and wants. And you can go back into the playlist and see, I did 22 videos last year while I was here. I'm not doing that many this year. There's the info booth. They want me over there. And then we come on down here, the ballpark here with the main stage. Hello, Bob. How are you? We've got the HOWA booth.
Hi.
Hey there.
How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good.
And we've got the sweepstakes tickets. Look at that beautiful quilt. You can go online to HOWA, I think, and get tickets. I'm not 100%. Cold weather gear. People out. It's almost 10 o'clock now. Games booth right there. And then we've got crafts, and I did a whole video on that last year on what they're doing. Lots of things with beads and yarn and markers. Hi there. And here is the free pal. Lots going on over here. This is a favorite place for people to meander and check out some treasures. People picking up treasures here. Yeah. So with that, guys, there's the buttons over there where you get a personalized button with your name on it. Be sure and put it on the right-hand side, because when you shake someone's hand, then they don't have to shift their eyes to find out your name. Tip for the day. Free pal. There you have it. And with that, blessings in your day and joy in the journey. And I hope your journey brings you here one day, if you're not here already. January in quartzite. Yeah.